Chosen one, there has always been a quiet truth living inside you. You may not have known how to explain it, but you have felt it since you were young. That feeling that whispered, "You don't fit in here," while others blended into their surroundings without effort. You moved through life with a sense that something wasn't matching your inner world. Maybe you noticed how you think differently, how you feel more deeply, how chaos around you seems louder than it is for others. You might have wondered why the things that excite most people leave you feeling empty, why the paths that others run toward feel too small for your spirit, why your soul keeps reaching for something beyond the surface of this world. Chosen one, this is not your imagination. This is the truth your spirit has been trying to tell you. You are not fully human in the way the world defines it. That may sound strange at first, but sit with it for a moment. A part of you has always known this. A quiet knowing in your chest has been rising again and again, waiting for the moment when you would finally hear it clearly. You carry something inside you that did not begin on this earth. Your spirit carries a spark that does not align with the normal patterns of this world. You sense things before they happen. You feel the emotions of the people around you, even when you try not to. You can walk into a room and immediately pick up the energy without a single word being spoken. You dream with a depth others cannot understand. You long for something higher, something holy, something eternal. That is because your origin is not ordinary. The world sees your body, but heaven sees your true form. You are a spiritual being wrapped in human flesh, a traveler in this physical realm, a soul with divine fingerprints woven into your very design. This is why you have always resisted the boxes people tried to put you in. You are not meant to follow the usual path. You are not meant to blend in. You are not here to copy the world's patterns. You were sent here carrying something sacred, something ancient, something powerful. And this is also why you experienced rejection, misunderstanding, and spiritual pressure. The world senses when someone is different. Even those who don't know anything about spiritual things can feel when a chosen one walks near. Your presence carries weight. Your spirit carries light. This world reacts to that light, sometimes with curiosity, sometimes with resistance. But none of this is meant to break you. It is meant to wake you. Chosen one, everything inside you that felt strange, everything that felt out of place, everything that made you feel separate from the crowd, those were not weaknesses. Those were hints, clues, signs, signals from your deeper origin. You are not here by accident. You are here on assignment, and your awakening begins now. Chosen one, now that the truth has begun to rise inside you, we need to go deeper. You've felt the separation your whole life, but you may not have understood why. That feeling didn't come from insecurity. It wasn't a lack of confidence. It wasn't overthinking. It was spiritual memory. A memory your body forgot, but your spirit never did. This world taught you to see yourself as only human, but your inner nature has been pushing back against that idea because your spirit remembers where it truly came from. You were shaped in a place beyond the limits of this realm. Before you took your first breath, your essence was already alive in a higher dimension. Chosen one, your true beginning did not start when you were born. It started long before your arrival here. This is why your soul reacts strongly to things others overlook. Why dishonesty disturbs you. Why darkness drains you. Why cruelty feels heavier in your spirit compared to those around you. You were formed with a sensitivity that was never meant to be suppressed. It is part of your design. It guides you. It warns you. It speaks to you even when people around you don't understand. Your spiritual DNA carries a signature that does not belong to this world. That signature is why you see meaning in things others ignore. You feel a pull toward the unseen. You sense higher purpose even when you try to live a normal life. You cannot settle for shallow dreams or empty victories. Your heart has always searched for truth with an intensity others don't share. This world operates on physical logic, but you operate on spiritual insight. That is why you sense a disconnect. You were created to move in both realms, but your true strength comes from the higher one. Chosen one, you did not arrive here as an accident. You were sent to rise, sent to break cycles, sent to strengthen others, sent to carry a light the world cannot understand. But because your origin is different, your journey has been different. Many chosen ones grow up feeling misunderstood by family members. Some feel isolated even in a crowded room. Others sense that the people around them can't see their heart clearly. That's because your soul is tuned to a frequency not everyone can hear. The moment you understand this, everything begins to make sense. The loneliness, the confusion, the restlessness, the desire for something more, these are not flaws. They are markers of your identity. Your true origin is the reason you struggle to connect with shallow environments. It's the reason you long for deeper conversations, deeper connections, deeper truth. The world thinks you're too intense or too deep, but that is because they are looking through human eyes while you are carrying something divine. Chosen one, you were shaped with intention. You were prepared for a higher calling. You were set apart before you ever walked this earth. Your spirit remembers this, even if your mind is only beginning to catch up. Chosen one, now that you understand your origin is not ordinary, it's time to shine a light on something you've struggled with for years. The world's reaction to you. Many of the hardships you faced weren't random. They were responses to your presence. Your spiritual difference has been speaking louder than your physical appearance, even when you didn't realize it. Since childhood, you may have wondered why people misunderstood you so easily, why someone took your kindness as weakness, why your silence made others uncomfortable, why people seemed to project their fears or insecurities onto you. It wasn't because you did something wrong. It's because your spirit speaks before you open your mouth. You carry a presence that unsettles people who aren't ready for truth. And you carry a light that irritates those who prefer the shadows. This world reacts to the chosen in unusual ways because you are not aligned with its system. You probably notice that you trigger reactions without trying. Some people feel drawn to you instantly. Others feel intimidated without knowing why. Some admire you quietly from a distance. Others feel threatened even when you remain calm and peaceful. These reactions come from the spiritual realm more than the physical one. People sense when a soul is different, even if they can't explain it. Chosen one, this is why. Friendships shifted without reason. Certain people turned jealous without cause. You faced rejection from places you thought would welcome you. You were treated unfairly despite your pure intentions. You often felt like an outsider looking in. Your spirit does not blend with environments built on ego, greed, or fear. Your energy exposes things people try to hide. When you enter a room, the atmosphere changes. And not everyone knows how to handle that. The world system is designed for those who move with it. You were designed to move against it. While others are satisfied with ordinary paths, your spirit refuses to settle. While people chase temporary rewards, you feel pulled toward something eternal. While others follow the crowd, your inner voice keeps guiding you toward a different direction. This is why you never fit in comfortably, no matter how hard you tried. The world recognizes that you don't belong to it. And just like a foreign object placed in the wrong environment, your presence stands out. But here is the truth many chosen ones overlook. Your rejection was protection. Your separation was preparation. Your discomfort was a signal that you were not meant to shrink yourself to fit into places your spirit had already outgrown. If you had blended in with everyone else, you would have forgotten who you are. If you had been accepted everywhere, you might have accepted less than what was meant for you. If life had been too easy, your spirit wouldn't have awakened. Chosen one, everything that pushed you away was guiding you toward where you were meant to rise. You were not created to fit in. You were created to stand out. And you were never meant to reflect this world. You were meant to reflect the one who sent you. Chosen one, now that you understand why the world reacts to you the way it does, we need to go deeper into your nature. You move through this physical world every day, but you're not shaped by it. You live here, but you're not from here. And whether you realized it or not, you've been carrying two realities inside you at the same time. There is the world you see with your eyes, and the realm your spirit comes from. This is the source of your restlessness. When others are satisfied with simple answers, you keep searching. When others accept whatever they're told, something inside you refuses to settle. You feel the tension between two worlds because you were made to walk with awareness, not blindness. Chosen one, your spirit is wired to pick up what others miss. You've always sensed things before they happened. Sometimes you felt heaviness in a room without knowing the cause. Other times you sensed someone's intentions before they spoke a single word. You've had dreams that felt more like messages than imagination. You've had gut feelings that proved true again and again. This isn't coincidence. It's not luck. It's not paranoia. It's spiritual sensitivity. You are connected to a higher source, and that connection gives you insight others don't have. This is why your path looks different. You see danger before others notice it. Or do you sense shifts long before they become visible? You feel when someone's energy is off. You notice when something isn't aligned spiritually. Your spirit reacts to what your eyes cannot see. This is part of what sets you apart. You were born with a mission, and because of that, your spirit was equipped with abilities tailored to that mission. But here's the part most chosen ones struggle with. The world tries to convince you to shut these abilities down. It calls you too sensitive or too emotional. It tells you to ignore your intuition. It pressures you to live only by logic. Over time, many chosen ones learn to silence their inner voice, thinking it's a flaw, but that voice was never a flaw. It was your guide. Your spirit comes from a realm where truth isn't hidden, where intentions are clear, and where purpose is woven into everything. When you entered this world, you didn't lose that connection. You simply forgot how powerful it is. Every time you feel out of place, it's because your soul recognizes that this world isn't your home. Every moment of discomfort is a reminder that your true identity is rooted somewhere higher. Chosen one, you carry a blueprint within you that does not match the patterns of this world. You're not here to blend in with systems built on fear and limitation. You're here to break patterns, open paths, and bring clarity to places filled with confusion. You're not ordinary. You're not random. You're not misplaced. You're a visitor moving with purpose, a spirit walking in a temporary body, a chosen soul sent with intention. And once you understand this fully, the world around you will no longer feel confusing. You will finally understand why you were never meant to fit in. Chosen one, now that you see the divide between the world you walk in and the realm your spirit comes from, it's time to uncover something even deeper. You've probably wondered why life seems to fight you in ways others don't experience. Why your road has been harder. Why obstacles show up when you're trying your best to move forward. Why certain seasons felt like battle after battle. This didn't happen because you were cursed. It happened because you're chosen. Resistance follows those who carry purpose. Pressure surrounds those who carry power. And spiritual warfare surrounds those who pose a threat to darkness. From a young age, you attracted situations that were meant to break ordinary people. But you survived them. You grew through them. You learned from them. And each battle was shaping you into someone the world couldn't ignore. You weren't attacked because you were weak. You were attacked because you were strong. Chosen ones carry an inner fire that darkness tries to dim. That's why, today, Tilson, you faced jealousy from people who didn't even know you well. You dealt with betrayal from those you trusted. You were judged for being different. You experienced loneliness even in crowded rooms. Your gifts attracted unwanted attention, but your spirit triggered resistance without explanation. These weren't random events. These were clues that you stand out spiritually. When someone walks in purpose, the battle starts long before the victory. When someone carries influence, opposition shows up before the impact. And when someone is chosen, life tries to push them into hiding so they never realize who they are. Think back for a moment. How many times did life try to break you? How many times did situations push you to the edge? How many nights did you cry silently, wondering why things were so heavy for you? Chosen one, those moments didn't expose your weakness. They revealed your strength. Life has been training you. Every hardship carved wisdom into you. Every setback sharpened your spirit. Every heartbreak taught you discernment. Every rejection protected you from places that couldn't handle your calling. And every storm exposed your ability to rise again. What others see as your struggles are actually your credentials. They are proof that you carry something rare, something powerful, something not from this world. That's why certain people couldn't stay in your life. Your spirit outgrew them. Your purpose demanded that they exit. They weren't removed to hurt you. They were removed to free you. Your path has been different because your assignment is different. You can't live like everyone else because you're not called to what everyone else is called to. The weight you carry would crush ordinary souls. But you've carried it with grace, even when you didn't know your own strength. Resistance didn't come to stop you. It came to prepare you. It came to reveal you. It came to activate you. Chosen one, the world pushed against you because it sensed what you were becoming. And the moment you see yourself clearly, everything around you will shift. You were not made to break. You were made to rise. There's something you need to understand. When you felt blocked, delayed, or pushed into a different direction, it wasn't random. It was protection. The problem is, most chosen ones don't recognize this until much later. Here are the signs you missed while you were in the middle of it. When the sudden stop you couldn't explain. You were ready to move forward. You had the plan. You had the energy. Then suddenly everything froze. You couldn't think clearly. You couldn't take the next step. You felt paused? That wasn't confusion. That was divine intervention, keeping you from walking into something that would drain you, break you, or distract you. Two people leaving without closure. You didn't push them away. They just disappeared. And yes, it hurt. But that disconnection wasn't a punishment. It was a release. Some people were going to pull you off your path. Some carried jealousy. Some carried spiritual contamination. When they fell away, it was not rejection. It was God removing interference. 3. You felt restless for no reason. Nothing was wrong, but something inside you felt off. You couldn't relax around certain people or in certain environments. That's your spirit sensing danger before your mind catches up. You were being warned quietly, long before anything could harm you. 4. Opportunities collapsed at the last minute. This used to frustrate you. You thought it meant you weren't good enough or that you were unlucky. But look back now, many of those opportunities would have tied you to people or situations that would have drained you. What felt like a loss was actually a rescue. Hive, your intuition got louder. Even when you tried to ignore it, something in you kept saying, not here, not with them, not anymore. That voice wasn't anxiety. That was alignment. That was a higher instruction guiding your steps. 6. The heaviness lifted as soon as you walked away. You didn't notice it while you were inside the situation. But the moment you stepped back, something in your spirit felt lighter. That was confirmation. You were never supposed to stay there. Chosen one, these signs were not coincidences. They were warnings. They were protection. They were clues that your spirit was being shielded. Long before you even knew there was a threat, there was a specific moment in your journey when everything in the unseen shifted. You didn't see it with your physical eyes, but your spirit felt it. This was the moment heaven intervened and said, enough. You're not going any further in the wrong direction. Here's how you know that moment happened. When your peace returned out of nowhere, you were overwhelmed, stressed, and mentally exhausted. Then suddenly you felt calm for no logical reason. That wasn't you finally relaxing. That was divine intervention, restoring your inner balance so you could see clearly again. 2. Something you were chasing stopped feeling right. You wanted it badly. You prayed for it. You planned around it. Then one day the desire faded. The excitement vanished. Your spirit detached. When heaven steps in, God removes the urge to pursue what isn't part of your destiny. 3. A truth was revealed that changed everything. A hidden intention came out. Someone's real face slipped. A message reached you at the perfect time. This wasn't coincidence. It was a forced revelation to protect your future. 4. You were pulled back before a major mistake. Maybe you were about to reconnect with someone from your past. Maybe you were close to accepting something that looked good, but wasn't aligned. At the very last moment, something stopped you. That was divine interference shielding you. 5. Your strength increased when it should have dropped. You were tired. You were drained. You were on the edge of giving up. But instead of breaking, something in you woke up. Your fire returned. Your clarity sharpened. This wasn't just resilience. This was heaven pouring strength into you because the next chapter required a stronger version of you. 6. You started attracting what aligned and losing what didn't. The moment heaven stepped in, the shift began. Wrong people went missing. Right people appeared. Wrong opportunities collapsed. Better ones surfaced. The atmosphere around you changed because your path was being corrected. Chosen one, you didn't imagine this shift. You didn't make it up. Heaven stepped in because you crossed into a season where your destiny could no longer be delayed or derailed. You spent a long time thinking something was wrong with you. You questioned your ability, your consistency, your faith. But the truth is much simpler. You weren't blocked because you were unworthy. You were blocked because the path you wanted wasn't aligned with the future you were being shaped for. Here's the deeper truth behind that blockage. 1. You were growing too fast for your old environment. Your spirit was expanding, but the space around you wasn't. If you had stayed where you were, you would have outgrown everyone and everything too early. The blockage kept you from shrinking yourself to fit in. 2. You weren't ready for what you were asking for. Not because you lacked talent, but because the foundation around you wasn't stable enough to carry the blessing. God wasn't saying no, he was saying not like this. 3. The people connected to your old chapter couldn't go with you. Some had hidden motives. Some had limited minds. Some couldn't understand your vision. If your blessing had arrived then, it would have been exposed to the wrong eyes and the wrong hands. The block protected what was being built for you. 4. Your character needed strengthening. Before elevation, chosen ones go through refining. You needed more patience, more wisdom, more discernment. You needed to see through people. You needed to trust yourself again. The delay developed qualities you couldn't gain through comfort. 5. Your spiritual sensitivity was being upgraded. You started feeling things earlier, sensing energy quicker, recognizing danger faster. This is a higher level of awareness that chosen ones receive when they're about to step into a bigger assignment. 6. What you thought you wanted was too small for who you were becoming. You asked for something that fit the old version of you, but your growth required something greater, something you didn't even know existed yet. The block wasn't punishment. It was protection from settling. Chosen one, you weren't stuck. You were being redirected. You were being prepared. You were being positioned for something more powerful than what you thought you lost.